Alright, today we're going to take a look at how to print the schedules. There's various different reports, but we're going to go through today the employee schedule report, which in general is the most useful one to be using. So we go here to Schedule Reports under the Reports menu, and then to Employee Schedules. And then here under Layout, there's several different preset layouts. I'd recommend going with Flexible though, because then we can customize how this report is going to look. Once we have it on Flexible, we have the Records and Columns tab here, and this allows us to select what's going to be included in the report. So here I'm going to make sure I have the name included so I can see who is scheduled. And the home department, I'm not interested in that, so I'm going to take that off. Total hours I'm going to leave on so I can see the total amount of hours that have been scheduled. Then we have Schedule Records. This allows us to change the information that's going to be in each scheduled box on the spreadsheet. So say if I wanted to see what department they were scheduled in, I would check on department, and if I didn't care, I would leave that alone. Most important thing to have here is the start and stop time, and possibly position or department if you want to see which one they're scheduled in. Then we have the option for absent records. This option allows us to include things like sick or vacation days. The entire option can be disabled, or you can enable it and choose what's in the box. The most important thing to put here is the absent code. This will tell you what kind of absent it is. Is it vacation? Is it sick? Whatever it might be. A couple other options you can put in here is the scheduled absent time or scheduled pay time for the absent, or the note if you want to include that. And then here we have holiday records. These are for statutory holidays like Christmas, New Year's. And here the most important thing is to put in the name. The date doesn't matter because you'll see it's a spreadsheet. Each column has a date. So really what's important here is just to say what holiday is it. Next we have the ordering and options. And this allows us to further customize the report. Here we have the sort order. And I can select here from some preset sort orders. We'll take employee name. We also have the option to make new sort orders with this little dot dot button here. If I click on that, we can add. Then we can create a new sort order. For example, I could create one that's going to sort by the scheduled position. I'm just going to move this up. And then the secondary sort by the name. So this, having the position above the name, it'll make that the primary sort and the name the secondary sort. If this is below, this becomes the secondary, then this is the primary sort. Then we have page break on new first element of order selection. Basically what that does, if you have it turned on, whatever you have set as your sort order, it'll make a new page. So let's say I have it on worked position. Every time someone's scheduled in a new position, it'll make a new page for all those scheduled positions. Or if I go by employee name, it'll make a new page for each employee's name. Here we have the option to include employees who are not scheduled. If you want to include them, typically we leave that off. Then we have totals per employee, and an option here to force all the boxes the same height. I like to leave that off because with it off, it'll dynamically shrink some boxes and it'll make everything fit onto one page easier. Then we have the date formatting. Here we can have it show the short day of the week, which I like to use the short day because it takes up less space. So it'll go like MON, TUE, that sort of thing, abbreviating the day of the week. And then we have the actual number date. I like to go with month and day because again it takes less space and people typically know what year it is. You don't need to put in the year. So I like going with month and day. Then we have the option to output. So here we can have it just preview, go to the printer, create a PDF document, or make an Excel document. Then we have the page layout for printing and a font size. So we'll leave it as preview here, and we'll hit go. Oh, and I forgot to mention as well, we have the date range here. So this, what you set here is what is going to output when you hit go. So we'll hit go here. So here we have the report. Top we have the day of the week. Left hand side we have the name of the employee. And with Tina here, it creates a second line if you have 2 records per day. We have Labor Day and then also a scheduled shift. Below that we have the total for each day. And then on the far right hand side we have the grand total for the date range and the total per line. As well, if you request more information that can fit on one page, it'll make multiple pages here, which we can select up on the top left hand corner. And we can just cycle through the pages like that.